Are you worried of injuring yourself as a runner? If you're not, you really should be. And whether you're a beginner runner or an aging runner, this really should be something you should be concerned about, because an injury obviously can hurt you. And then if you start up, you're going to quit because, well, you're injured, and then you're never going to get back on track. Trust me, I see it happen all the time. So today, I'm going to give you some tips on how not to do that, specifically technique tips. Haven't done that in a while. Hey, this is Coach Lisa from the Running University, and if you're new here to my channel, I help women find the joy in running and walking for the rest of their lives, and also help people celebrate finish lines they never thought possible. And I am a subject matter expert on technique. I believe it's probably the most important thing you should do as a walker or runner, really, because as I said, if you get injured, not only are you going to cause damage to your body, you're going to have to spend way more money than it would cost you to actually learn technique. You know, you're going to have to go to chiropractors. I see it happen, PTs, and they also are very important in helping you maintain good body mechanics. However, learning technique will help you for sure prevent those, or at least minimize them. So I have a video that I did a while ago about stride and how to move, and I'm going to put that up here in the corner. But today I want to take it from a different perspective. So summarizing that quick video, we always say inchy running, inchy walking, you're moving from your center. So your center of gravity is always in front of your feet. So that should help with a shorter stride and keep you from overstriding. And I like to think about that and not think about where my feet are landing and what's happening, because as I said in that video, if I am moving from my center, there's no way my feet can be in front of me, but it does take practice to get there. So sometimes I give this other advice, and one of the cues that we say is that if you're running towards somebody and they're looking at you and they're looking at the bottom of your shoes, if they can see the bottom of your shoes, that means that you're likely heel striking. Now, you may not be overstriding, because you can heel strike and, not overstride a little bit. But if you really kind of need to focus on what your feet are doing, obviously moving from your center would keep you in a midfoot landing, okay? And that's how we want to land. We don't want to land on our toes and push off. We don't want to land on our heels and paw ourselves across the ground. Both of those could potentially lead to injuries. So one of my favorite tips that I have my runners do, again, listening to that video and moving from your center, should avoid this from happening, but if you need another good visual, this will help you. And I'm going to give you an example of what is incorrect and what is correct. But basically, you just want to think about running towards your coach or anybody, and you don't want them to see the bottom of your shoes. And what would you do to make that happen? So again, you would shorten your stride, you would move from your center, you would relax your ankles, you'd relax your lower legs. So I'm going to give you an example, and this is just a great way to do a self check-in to see if you are landing on your heels or not. So I'm going to show you those examples here now. So as you can see in that first video, you can clearly see almost my entire sole of my shoe, right? It's hard for me to really try to make that happen because I've got this chi running ingrained in my body. Not to say that I have not been found heel striking, because it happens, of course. I'm human like everybody else. Requires practice. And if you notice the second one, that you can barely see the sole of my shoes. So there you have it. That's my technique tip for the day. Hey, you want to make sure you subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and do that. I drop a video every single week. It might be about technique, it might be about mindset, but anything that can help you be the best runner or walker you can be whether you're a beginner, a recreational runner, or an aging runner, and you just want to keep doing this for the rest of your life.
Hello, welcome to today's episode of a mystery medal that is going at the end of every single video that I'm doing now, because I have this huge box full of medals and I want to talk about them. I'm also doing a separate playlist so that you can actually go look at these separately, because some people might really just want to find out about medals in these specific races that I'm talking about. So I'm going to go ahead and it's like really hard to take these out. And here we go. Oh my gosh. Okay, this one is a blast from the past. Here you go. Oh, it's a little shiny and it's hard to see there. But this is from Iron Girl 2012 finisher. 2012 was actually, let's see, we're in 2023. So that was quite some time ago. And I'm trying to remember, I think I did this one a couple of times. And I really liked this event. I don't think they actually do them anymore. I've always, from the beginning, really enjoyed women-only events. I think it's great to be in there, you know, with a co-ed situation, but I really like the women events because it's just for women, and then they tend to have a lot of cool things. So I can't remember, I don't think this was the very first one I did, I'm not sure, but they've had them in downtown Tempe. They also had them in Fountain Hills. I think I remember doing one there. And again, it was just a great race because we got to do this. I want to say the first one we did, it was when I had just started running camps, and it was before 2012. So that would have had to been in maybe late 2000s, that it was a first for everybody. I don't remember if that was an Iron Girl. Maybe I'm mixing this up with the Valentine's Day one. I don't know, but this is why I'm going through these, actually, is because they help bring back some memories. And when you have this many, I guess I can't really clearly remember all of them, but I don't know that this race exists anymore. But definitely the coolest thing to think about is that I never knew when I was doing this race back in 2012 that I would, you know, be where I am today, not only in my running, but also in my running coaching. So there you have it. That's today's mystery medal, Iron Girl 2012 finisher. Hey, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I post at least one video every single week. And I just love for you to share in the comments maybe about your favorite medal and let me know which one is your favorite that you've received, or, you know, I don't know, maybe you haven't received one yet. So that's where I can help you.